Hello and welcome to another edition of Life of Die. I'm Gordon, the regular host, and once again I'm joined by my regular epic nemesis, Craig. How you doing, Craig?
Hi, I'm good, thanks.
Good stuff. So once again we're playing Legions Imperialis, and this time I'm taking the Raven Guard against yours.
Yep, so I've got the traitors this time, and I've got a mixed force of Iron Warriors and World Eaters. So
I think probably the best place to start will be going through those forces, so let's have a look at them right now.
So this is 1225 points worth of traitors. So we've got World Eaters and Iron Warriors today, so two demi companies. So the main force is the World Eaters, so demi company is two tactical squads, both boosted by two more Marines, and a third tactical squad of 8, and they'll be joined by the commander in Rhinos. And then I've got a squad of 8 Assault Marines, two squads of 4 Terminators, and a squad of 4 Psycarans. And then for the Iron Warriors, it's got a small demi company again of the 2 squads of tactical marines, both with 2 missile launchers each, a squad of standalone missile launchers, the company HQ, 2 Kratos battle tanks, they're the heavy support slot, and supported by a Warhound Titan, and it's going to be armed with 2 turbo laser destructors, so not quite WYSIWYG, but yeah, I figured I'd want to give them a try. And for the Loyalist forces, we've got the Raven Guard again in their Raptor colour scheme. So we've got a Legio demo company here with the 2 standard tactical squads, one of 6 with 3 additional Rhinos, and then we've got a squad of 10 there, so it's 6 tacticals and 4 plasma. And then in addition we've got another tactical squad here with 4 missile launchers in it. We've got a squad of 4 Terminators, a squad of a Talon of Dreadnoughts, and the company commander. And then for the second formation we've got armoured company with 2 Kratos, 2 Psycarans, 3 Predators, and they're being supported by a Xiphon Interceptor. And then in the Legio support slot we've got a Reaver Titan that's going to be armed with a Volcano Cannon, Vulcan Mega Bolter, and a Gatling Blaster. We rolled up for a mission as usual, and we rolled for retrieval this time. So the rules for retrieval is that there's 3 objectives down the centre line here of the battlefield. Each one is worth 5 victory points, and if the player controls them uncontested at the end of the turn, they can move them 5 inches. So it allows you to pull them back into your deployment zone or away from their enemies. So there's going to be a bit of movement of these objectives during the game, which is a bit different for us, which is quite interesting. We've both rolled up secondary objectives as well. So Gordon, you've rolled up Carnage, which is essentially a bit like the old breakpoints in Epic in 2nd edition, where you'll get points based on kind of destroying half of a unit or half of a detachment, but we can work all that out at the end. And for me, I've got Control the Battlefield, which is the one you had a couple of weeks ago, and that's table quarters essentially. So I'll gain additional victory points for controlling each quarter of the table, which is cool. And we're playing in a bit more of a kind of rural, a bit more of an old school 90s battlefield today. I want to try out the forest and hill and river rules properly. So yeah, makes for a bit of an interesting change, I think.
And also, I'm playing widescreen today.
That's true, yeah. So we're on a GW official 5x3 battlefield or 5x4 battlefield today, which is good for us because it means reading the maps and setting up and deployment was a bit simpler, not having to do our own measurements. And it also gives us a bit more tactical manoeuvring. So yeah, with these forces especially, so you've got the Raven Guard again, who've got that nasty infiltrate rule, and yeah, getting all your guys forward is a bit of a nightmare for me to deal with. But equally, I've got the second most broken faction of the game according to the internet, which is the World Eaters, who get to re-roll one of their attack dice in close combat every time. So yeah, it could be pretty bloody. And the Iron Warriors, just for reference, they have increased tactical strength for their infantry units. So yeah, nothing too exciting there, but still pretty good. For deployment, on my left-hand flank here, I've got a squad of Assault Marines, and I've got my Psycarans, as well as a squad of the Iron Warriors with the command section in there. And they're facing off against some Kratos and Predators ducked behind the hill there, so it's going to be a bit of a bloodbath for them unless I can get them up the field a bit. Obviously you've got your tactical marines that have infiltrated into this building. That's the guys with plasma guns and the commander attached, so there's a big squad there of 10. They're also facing against my warhound tank, but I don't think he's going to be able to do too much against infantry in this game. What they might be wanting to be worried about though is these Kratos battle tanks here with the plasma blast guns that have the potential to bring this building down. So that could be a bit horrible for them. We'll see what happens there. Knowing my luck, it won't happen, so don't worry about it.
Any luck.
You've got a little squad of kind of tactical reserves in the middle here who are ready to grab either these objectives or support the troops on either side, which is a pretty good move, I think. And you've got your Contemptor Dreadnoughts down the middle as well, who've done their advanced move up the way. They're supported by the Sicarans and some empty Rhinos, which are going to do some objective grabbing probably as usual.
Yeah.
And you've got your big nasty as well. Here. So you've not got much on the far flank here. You've got the tactical marines with missile launchers holding this building, and then you've got a little sneaky squad of Terminators on this objective as well. So slightly worried. Oh yeah, and of course you've got the Xiphon, definitely not a Nighthawk. Xiphon in reserve as well, which can come on it in the movement phase and cause me some troubles because I've got nothing really to counter flyers apart from the Sicarans, so yeah, that'll be interesting. And then for me, down the middle I've got a big blob of tactical marines and the commander in Rhinos who are potentially going to go for this objective in the middle, and they're supported by a standalone squad of Iron Warriors and missile launch troops. And then on my far flank here I've got 3 tactical squads, two World Beaters tactical squads and Iron Warriors tactical squad, which has got a couple of missile launchers in it, and just to hold down this flank. So it's fairly infantry heavy on this side, and everything else, all the tanks and everything are down the other side, so yeah, could be interesting. So we're interrupting the movement phase, so I've got my Sicarans are sidling up to take on the threat of these oncoming tanks, but they're going to do a little drive-by in this building first of all with their heavy bolters. So I get 8 dice hitting on 6s because you're in cover.
Yeah, 6. Wow, 2. That was not bad.
And you'll get your 4 up cover save.
3 and a 1.
Oh, okay.
2 medic rolls then as well. And failed.
And you can take whatever ones you want. Probably
2 tacticals, yeah.
Slumps, yeah. Right, so we're at the end of the turn 1 movement phase, and yeah, everything's pushed forward more or less on my side certainly. I've sidled everything around here, shuffled things around a little bit to get some shots onto these tanks. Gordon's brought in his Xiphon interceptor as well, which is going to be fairly horrible. I've not got much to counter it. I used the Master Tactician on my Assault Marines here to change their order to march to get them up the field, because I'm actually choosing to not assault the Marines in this building, mostly because it's kind of, there's quite a big blob of them, but mostly I just really want to use the Bunker Buster against them instead and try and bring it down. Yeah, so your tanks just sort of moved forward and your infantry stayed in the forest there, and they've just been joined by their Dreadnought friends. I had a bit of a quandary with my big blob of tactical Marines and Rhinos, and I've decided instead to push them up into this left-hand objective here, decant them, and then move forward with the hope of maybe charging these vehicles next turn perhaps, but they're kind of exposed in the open at the moment, which gives Gordon a lot of food for thought. I think you've taken this objective on the hill with your Rhinos and Sicarans, and all I've really got defending against that is some missile troops. And on the right hand side here, I took control of this building with my Iron Warriors. Gordon, you've stayed on first fire in that building, and on the bridge here we've got the Terminators who charged my marching Marines, and then my second squad of marching Marines have skirted around the side of them to sit on this objective, and if there's anything left there might be some charges next turn. But yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of a bloody one. A lot of my stuff is in the open and you've got a lot of dice so yeah, slightly concerned, but yeah, we'll see how it goes in the combat phase.
Okay, I'm firing this unit here on first fire, and they're going to target your, what are they called?
They're tactical Marines with a couple of missile launchers and the commander in there as well.
Yeah, I'd like them to die.
Fair enough.
Green dice are bolters, which are 5 or 6s to hit. Blue dice are plasma guns, which are 4 or more to hit. And the yellow dice is my commander, which is 5 or 6, but he has accurate, so if he misses I can roll again. So let's go for it. Right, so 2 plasmas, 2 bolters, and I can re-roll 4, which is no improvement, so 4 hits.
Okay, so the 2 plasmas, are through, and then 2 bolters are safe, but I get to medic against those plasmas.
Oh,
fantastic.
horrible.
Iron within, iron without, or whatever the phrase is.
Okay, so my Devastators are going to fire at this unit out in the open. I was in a quandary about whether I should target your guys in the building, but I've decided I don't want to have those points if I can avoid it, so let's try and pick them off while I can. So I've got a whopping 8 dice for missile launchers and another 4 dice for bolters against this. So 4 more for the green dice, 5 or 6 for the others.
5 saves.
5 saves.
3 is that?
Yeah, obviously that's fine. Aye, 5. It was closer to 5, so
Cool. Okay, so just 2 dead. It's not too bad.
it's pretty good considering the dice I was throwing at you. Alright then, so my Terminators are taking on your tactical guys. I'm charging, which gives me a +1. Added to +4 gives me +5 overall.
Yep.
But you had +2, so
+2, and because of my Legion special rule, I can re-roll my dice. Yep.
I don't need to.
Fantastic.
Oh man.
Okay.
Right, second one. Right, so
I will re-roll.
9,
Can
14.
I beat that if I get a 6 at a standoff? Is it? No, same again anyway. Get 1. So I'll re-roll
11.
3.
No.
Still got me.
Yep.
The last one. I'll take a
Nah.
worse. Okay, so you got 3 for my 1. So
Sorry, I'm taking off mine, guys. What am I doing? I'm so used to doing it. So that's your 3.
yep, and you lost
and I've
one
got
already.
that. I've got that
Okay,
one.
so I then have to do a morale check first. No, that's a fail. So you have to withdraw d6 plus 6. So 9 inches back.
Right, into the advanced phase then, so I'm going to fire my Predators. They're going to target your Sicarans there, and they're all forced to hit. The green dice have the las cannon, the Predator las cannon, which is accurate, so I can re-roll those if they miss.
Sure.
1 more to hit. Oof. That's a bit better. 3 hits.
Okay, and there's a -1, is it?
-1.
So looking for 4s.
One.
One dead. Okay.
They're just 1 point of damage.
Yeah. Okay, so my first advanced fire of the phase, I'm going to use my Warhound Titan against your Kratos, and yeah, despite what he's modelled with, he's actually got 2 turbo laser destructors. So that'll be 4 dice hitting on 4s in total, and these are accurate as well. And we need a couple of accurate shots. So 3 hits, and these are -3.
6s to save then. Kratos up. Right, so one's trashed and the other one is damaged.
Yeah.
All done. And I'll check for that. Nope, he fails, so he's in fallback.
Yep. And I'll give you a fallback order and take his advance off.
So my Xiphon Interceptor is going to try and punish these Sicarans for that. Not that they were involved.
No.
But I'm still going to punish them anyway. So hopefully, yeah. So I've got 4 dice. The green dice are the last cannon array, which have accurate, so I can re-roll those. So 4 pluses for the lot, -1. Oh no! So -1 for you.
So 4+ for me. Nope, another 1 dead, and I'll have to do a morale check for that, which I might as well just do just now. I think he's alright. Okay, so my Kratos are fearing their lives here, so I'm going to try and get shots off with them before it's too late. So I'm going to opt to do what I said and try to bunker buster this building here in front of me. So I've got 2 shots with each of their, or sorry, 1 shot each on the melta blast guns. So hitting on 4s. Oh, minging. Nada.
And my Reaver then, he's going to fire his Vulcan Mega Boar in at this slot. Everything else is going over at your guys over on the other side, but
Sure.
we'll deal with the Vulcan Mega Boar first. So 9 dice, and any 6s score a double hit basically. Not a single 6. But 4 hits, which is pretty good.
4 hits, yep. You're looking at 5, 6s, sorry, 1, and then I've got 3 medics as well. Nope, so 3 dead. Tactical schlubs. 3.
And I'm firing the Gatling Blaster, which is 4 dice, 4 mores, and a volcano cannon, which is total overkill, but anyway, 2+ for the volcano.
Yes, so volcano cannon and one of the blast guns.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Gatling blaster. I take it the Gatling blaster is minus something.
-2.
-2, so he's just dead. We need a morale check for the rest of that squad now. And a fine. 2 dead. Okay, I'm going to take the opportunity to use my Sicarans to take a shot at your Xiphon interceptor. So they've got tracking on their plasma, or their accelerator autocannon arrays, which means I can reroll misses. So I'm looking for 6s. And I got none, so I'll be rerolling that. Hey, that's better. Okay, so 2 hits, and that'll be -1, I think. -1.
4 pluses.
Nope, and I think he's just dead.
Yeah, it's dead. That's
excellent.
Well done.
Good. Okay, so the Iron Warrior squad is going to fire into the guys in this building here. So I've got missile launchers. First of all, are hitting on 4s. They ignore cover. Just the 1 hit, so you get a 4+ cover save on that, and you get your medic.
Nope.
1 dead. And then I've got my bolters and combi bolters, and these will be all hitting on 6s with the gold dice being accurate. And I get to reroll that one. Was that 3 6s?
3 6s.
Fantastic. I think you
Oh,
got
4
6s.
Man.
Fantastic.
Okay.
And that's 4 4-up saves for you. And you get
Nothing.
medic. Medic's
Oh, look at the state of it. Oh,
these are your, maybe point out at this point, this is your new dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And clearly the red ones are working nicely for you, but these greens are not. So that is 5 guys wiped out there.
5 guys wiped out.
Bolters, please.
We'll do a morale check as well off the back of that, I thought.
This might be a very quick game.
So you're just left with the 3 plasmas and your commander. So you'll get a morale check, but you'll be using his morale, so 2+, I think.
Passed.
Good.
No, they're not good.
It turns out I did need to destroy the building in the end. Shoot at them. Excellent. So now this squad of tacticals, they're going to fire back into this building as well. So everything will be hitting on 6s with the yellow dice being accurate. And I need to reroll the accurate one. No, nothing. See, gave up those red dice for that. So I've got my Iron Warriors missile launchers in the woods here, and they're going to fire against these 2 Sicarans. So hitting on 4s with a -1 TSM. Just the 1. No. So that's 1 dead, and you'll do a morale check as well for these things. So this is my last advanced fire of the phase, and I'm going to fire it into the now freed up Terminators here. So I'm going to use the anti-infantry profile for the weapon, for the missile launchers to get 4 dice, and then I've got the 4 bolters which can only target the, kind of only got range for the guy in the front there, so to keep that separate. So we hit on 4s of the red dice and 5s of the blue dice. And that's a cocked one there.
That's a 5.
2 hits with the missile launchers, 1 hit with the bolters.
4 up says then. And get
All good, yeah.
So they're fine.
Excellent.
Into the end phase then, I'm just going to try and rally my Kratos. And I do so.
Excellent.
So
that's the end of turn 1, and in terms of objectives, Gordon, you had this one because you had 20 tactical strength to my 15, and you've opted to move that into the woods there to give it a bit of protection from these Marines and overwatch from your Titans, so that's going to be a tough one to winkle out. You're doing the same, I guess, with this one that was on the hill there between the rhinos. You're moving that towards the woods as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, the woods are going to be full of intel, which is good for you. This one I took, and I've had to move it. Well, I didn't have to move it back, but I've chosen to move it back, which is actually put it, into your Terminators. But I've got a bit of confidence I'll be able to take it from you again next turn as well. We'll see about that though. So that gives you a total of 10 victory points for objectives, and I've got 5 at the moment.
Yeah.
And then we'll score the secondary objectives at the end of the game. So, yep, be an interesting one going into turn 2. So in terms of casualties, I have lost 10 stands of tactical marines and 2 Sicarans. So it's not quite my break point yet. I think my break point's around 20. I'll just check that, but yeah, it should be fine. And for the Raven Guard.
Yeah, I've lost my flyer here.
Yep, lost a Xiphon.
I've lost a
Kratos,
a Sicaran, quite a few basically most of my tacticals are dead. I've lost a plasma and I've also lost a Terminator stand.
I think again you're okay for breakpoints though still, so yeah, nothing broken yet. Okay, in terms of where everything's sitting at the end of this turn, so yeah, as you saw, my Assault Marines have taken this building to hopefully get a jump on some tanks next turn potentially. Lost half my Sicarans, but Warhound's still doing well, so they're going to march up into the middle here. I've got my Iron Warriors, have done a good job of winkling out these guys in the building here, although they're still holding strong. The Kratos didn't do much, but also are still alive, so that's a bonus for them, since there seem to be cursed units for us. Tactical Marines ran up the middle here and decanted, so again, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with them. They might now have to turn and try and force their way into this forest, which could be a bit of a bloodbath as well. And you've got your Dreadnoughts in there, which are pretty nasty in close combat, so I'm slightly concerned about those. Your Titan, of course, is just in the middle of the field, seeing over everything almost.
Yeah, he's not got many targets. I need to get him a little bit, I think, next time.
Potentially. You've got your guys in the hill here have kind of done their job holding that objective, so yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to do. You may want to get out of the way of my my Havocs here, so yeah. And then on the far right hand side, we've got these two buildings opposing each other with bristling with missile launchers, and then we've got the bedraggled World Eaters who have fallen back, as well as the two that are holding strong against these Terminators. So yeah, just to note, I've also got two sets of Terminators in Deep Strike as well, so yeah, I need to think about where I want to do that, where I want to put them next as well. We're interrupting the movement phase here, so my Assault Marines have left this building and charged into the Kratos and the Predators, and Gordon is going to opt to Overwatch against them with the Kratos.
So I'm going to use the bolters first of all, which is point defense. So this is not him firing.
Yes,
it's just his point defense. So he gets 2 bolters, 5 or 6s to hit, and I get 1.
Yep, 0. Save. And he's fine. Sorry.
That's alright. Right, so I'm going to Overwatch with my Predators and try and pick off some of these guys. So green dice is, I've got Las Cannon, which are both 4 or more to hit. The green dice is accurate, which means if it misses, I can roll it again. So first guy, we'll start this work.
Yeah.
They'll tip that way, so I'm first.
Okay,
that actually hits.
1 hit.
Yeah.
And that's a minus, it's -0 because it's anti-tank, isn't it? But it's fine, so one dead.
Double 1. And I get 4 that time, so that's hit.
No, it's -1.
Oh, 5s.
It's alright.
Okay, and the last one. Sorry, I was thinking of rolling 4s. Oh, like suspense, no.
You're accurate though, That's a hit.
That does hit.
And 1 dead, so it's one of these guys. Okay, not bad. Another wee interruption, so I'm driving my Kratos up here, and again they're going to use their point defense against these Dreadnoughts in the woods here, so they hit on 6s because they're get the -1 for cover. And 1 hit, and there's no, you're armoured, so there's no AP. It's just your basic save. Nope, it's a 3. So 1 deep. Bring down one of my squads of Terminators here, so place them in Deep Strike, place a unit down and then scatter 1d6. So 6 inches that way. You can't go within more than 1 inch basically, so you just put it as close as possible. And then the other guys will get down 2 inches away from them. Damn. Not sure what that. The second squad of Terminators are going to come down here hopefully and lend a bit of support to this battle. 2 inches that way, so that's actually worked out quite well for them. I'll come there, and then I'll put the rest out next time. We're at the end of the turn 2 movement, and so I have pulled my Titan and Cicadan around from where they were, so they're no longer facing the wrath of Gordon's tanks. Also the Kratos have moved up, so everything's kind of looking towards this reaver now, which is going to be a bit of a face-off. Again, I've given Gordon quite a target-rich environment here. The battle for the woods is underway, so I've pushed in with my Marines and they've been counter-charged by the Rhinos, and the Gordon's Marines have piled in as well, so yeah, this is a really important battle going on here. And then similarly up here, my Assault Marines have made it into contact with the Kratos and Predators. My Rhinos have lending support because these Rhinos have got melta guns on them. but they've been charged by Gordon's command squad. So yeah, they might not be long for this world. Rubbish calf.
Hopefully.
And then you've got some units on first fire. You've got Sakira on first fire up here, but he's quite short range, so I'm not too worried about him. And likewise, I've got my Havocs in the woods there on first fire. The buildings are just facing each other on first fire, and then we've got this Stramash here with the Terminators being pounced upon by the Tactical Marines, and then I've got a squad of Terminators coming in to lend support maybe next turn. They probably won't do much this turn. So yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a bloody one again. Okay, so my first fire, I'm going to use the missile launcher Marines to take a shot at the Reaver Titan and try and strip its shields down a little bit. So to use the anti-tank one for stripping shields, I'll only get 1 dice apiece. Hitting on 4s. 2 shields.
Yeah, I will return fire with my squad of, well, mostly Devastators, but there's some Tacticals in there. Tacticals, I can only reach one of them, so there's 4 dice that are going to go in, so there'll be the blue dice at this guy, and the rest I've got double dice, so I'm trying to obliterate these Terminators. Oh my goodness. Look at the state of it.
That is pretty rancid.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
What are the odds of that?
While we're over here, I will first fire my Iron Warriors here. So I've only got 2 guys with missile launchers, so that'll be 4 dice into your building, and it's ignores cover, so looking for 4s. 3 hits. 4 up cover save against that though.
2. Another bolter.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to find my Dreadnoughts, and they're going to target your Sicarans, because they're slightly easier to kill. So it's 1 dice each, 4 or more to hit, and I've got accurate. Yay!
So 3 saves of 4+ then.
Yep, -1.
Excellent. Excellent. I'll take these dice home with me, I think. Okay, back to me, and I'll use the first fire on these Tactical Marines with the 2 missile launchers, and the 2 missile launchers that go into those Dreadnoughts I've just fired. So they'll be ignoring cover with the crack missile or the frag missiles. Hitting on 4s. And just the 1.
4+.
No, mistake. So there'll be a morale check for that detachment as well. Cheeky throw, man.
Oh god, it's going well. Okay, I'm going to fire my Kratos. His attackers, 5 or 6s to hit with the blue dice, and 6s with the green. Nothing. Okay, I'm going to fire my Sicaran, and he's going to go for one of your Kratos, or both of them, I suppose.
So it says it's the autocannon, although it's modelled with the plasma.
Yeah, sorry, 5 or 6s at least to hit.
Yep. So
just 1.
Yeah, no, 5.
Was that a 5? Sorry.
6, yep.
I need it.
Too used to it.
I know, exactly. So 2 saves -1.
Yep, so 3 ups. Oh no! 1 wind. That was close. So we're doing what World Eaters do best now in close combat. So I've got 2 attackers in your Kratos here. I'm at +3 calf, +1 for charging. Kratos is +3.
Yep, so you got +1 overall.
Yep, and I get my dodgy reroll as well if needs be.
No, you don't need it.
No, don't need it. Of course so.
You get +1.
Still got good rolls though. Yeah, because he only had 1 wind left, so he's dead. And we're into the Predators now, so...
Yeah, they're only +2.
+2, so
you're
+2.
+2 overall.
Yep. Oh, I'll be rerolling, I think. Can I even...
8. That would give you, +2. Yep. So that one.
Yep, you got me. Next one, we're just at the single ones first. Yeah, I've got it.
Yep.
And this one, back one. I will reroll that. Oh, nasty. Okay.
Very good.
Excellent. And so I win that combat 2-1. So you do a morale check and see if you withdraw.
3+4
is fine. Okay, we're into the Rhinos. So Gordon's Marines charged my Rhinos, so you'll be on a +3, and then you've got your commander in there as well. I think he's +4 base calf, is he maybe?
He is, yeah.
So you'll be +5, and my Rhinos are 0, and I don't get my dodgy reroll because they're not infantry, cavalry, or walkers. So
cool. Have half a chance.
Yes.
Right, so start at this and we'll work our way back.
Sure.
Oh. Yeah, you still won
Still
that.
got them,
Yeah. Oh, man.
Little boys.
beat me that time.
No.
Next one.
You've still got me.
Yeah.
And the commander. Yeah, you've got me. Excellent. Okay, so you did me 3 to 1 there, so I'll need to do a morale check. Which is fine. Yep. Right, the big one in the woods. So, yep, I've got 4 tacticals and a commander against Gordon's 5 tacticals, and then he's got the rhinos piled into the back there. So, we'll start with the commander in one-on-one combat there. And get my dodgy rerolls if needed.
That will be a real.
Yeah. Nothing you can do, unfortunately, even with that good roll.
Nearly.
Right, so these ones are I've got +1 to you because of the because I charged in. I get my dodgy reroll, but I don't need it, so all good. That sucks. So got you by the +1, and then I'll chuck one out the
Yeah, you've already won.
yeah, I can re-roll that, of course, if needs be. So that's another one, and is this the second last?
You win.
Yep, man, these are close though. These +1s are winning it for me. I mean, I've obviously got to re-roll if needs be. And I will
11.
re-roll that one. Sorry.
Oh man.
Sucks being
Okay, so that makes it nice and easy. I don't need to worry about morale checks because they're all dead.
yes,
Completely cleaned out.
Wiped out. But now we'll get secondary attackers. Yeah. Oh, jeez. I was thinking a second ago that you weren't close to breaking your infantry company, but I think it might be now.
Yeah.
Right, rhinos. So you charge me, so you get +1.
Yeah.
So you +1 to my +2, so I'm +1, and
I get 3 dice against you.
You get 3 dice. I get my rerolls. So 10, 11.
You still win.
Oh, just by 1 again. That's crazy.
Okay, next one. Ugh. Yeah, you beat me again.
Yeah, I'm finding this quite powerful. This reroll nonsense.
9, and you still beat me.
Yeah.
You get +2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, +2. Yeah, sack. So 7. Wow.
Oh well, that was great.
Yeah. Turned the forest red. Excellent. Wow.
Well, this won't be a 5-turn game. I can tell that already.
Yeah, I'm just glad I got my lunch in, otherwise I'd been chucked out the door. Right, last close combat.
It's more slaughter, I'm sure.
We'll see.
I've got a +1 over you overall because you charged me. I
Yep.
just gave you +3, I was +4, but you get your crazy reroll business.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Next one.
So second one.
Yeah. And I will. You've got me at the moment, but I will re-roll. Yep, you got me.
Yay! But you got a second,
so
now.
pull one off, so I'll get an extra device if I can find one. Right. Put that in first. And I will.
You still win.
Don't need to re-roll it. And then last combat, just one-on-one again. No, don't need it.
No,
No, I do actually. I do need
your standoff.
standoff, or do I risk it? Of course, I risk it. No.
Oh, you die then?
Yeah, couldn't not.
I felt like that was a pity roll though.
Absolutely not. So I still win. No, I don't. It's a draw in terms of combat because we both lost 2 units.
So my whole company is just broken now.
Yeah. But nobody withdraws from this combat because it was equal fights won basically. And we're into the advanced fires phase. So I've got my Kratos first. They're just out of range with the big plasma or the melter gun, unfortunately. So won't get to see that going off. But they do have an assortment of las cannons. So I'll use them against your Titan and try and strip those last couple of shields. So they've got 2 hull-mounted las cannons each and a sponson las cannon. So the hull-mounted las cannons are accurate, so they'll be, in fact, yeah, they're the ones that I can re-roll 4 of those potentially, and the sponson ones are the yellow dice. So red dice are accurate, the yellow dice are not. And I shall re-roll these 2. So we have 4.
One as well. No? Another one.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
No.
5 hits.
Wish I hadn't mentioned.
So 2 shields
shields.
are off, and then 3 use saves of 2+.
Okay.
3+ because you're -1.
You want for 3 pluses. Oh, of course. 2 through.
2 through, so that's 2 wounds onto him.
So I'm going to fire my Reaver Titan before he's picked off here. He's going to fire his Vulcan Mega Bolter at the Terminators first, so 9 dice, 6s explode if I get any.
Yep.
No 6s at all.
6s, 2 5s, 3
Three.
5s.
4 plus, I got -1. You.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh.
Okay, so that was spectacularly bad. So let's see if I can just build on that. I'll fire a volcano cannon at the Kratos, and I'll fire the Gatling cannon at the Sicarans.
Cool.
Volcano cannon hits, and 1 of the
Okay, so the volcano cannon is just going to annihilate him, I think.
Yes, 4, and it's engine killer 3.
Right, so I do get a 6-up save. Did things for a second there. And that's
so
him.
engine killer 3 wipes it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then 1
Karen is a -1, did you say?
-2 for the Gatling.
Oh, -2,
blaster.
okay, so 5 up.
Yep.
1 is dead, and that's him gone, and I need to take another morale check here. Nope, he is fleeing. He loses his order and goes back on the fallback, so yeah, that was good. Pretty decent. Oh, I need to do one morale check for the Kratos as well, actually. Oh, he is also falling back. Hey, my Warhound Legio Furians is going to take a shot into your Reaver with all he's got. So he's got 2 Turbo Laser Destructors which hit on 4s with a -3 target save modifier. And they are accurate as well.
3 hits.
Yep,
So
3 hits, yep. And that's a -3.
So 5 or 6s.
Nice, yep, just
2
1 goes through. It's back to me, and I've got the multi-melters on these 2 rhinos are just within range of that predator, so they'll be hitting on 5s, and no they won't. Right, my Terminator squad is going to fire this lone stand of Terminators here, so they're within 4 inches, so they'll get the assault bonus, an extra dice, and they're accurate as well, so hitting on 5s, only 3 of them to see without shooting through them guys as well, I should say. On 5, I'm gonna reroll 4 hits with no minus.
4 saves are 4 plus. No, he's dead. Oh,
Almost,
nearly.
almost. That's a shame. Yep, he's gone. Okay, so the Sicaran is moved back. I've already measured it. He's going to move back to just before the board edge, and with his 16 move. The Sicaran will be off the board though, because he's 20 inches. He would move back, so that's another kill.
And my Dreadnoughts also move back.
Yep. And then we'll do another morale check for them. Yeah, they're good, so they're back in the fight. And then my Kratos is not. He is going to continue to fall back, so he'll be off the table next turn. End of turn 2 in its entirety, and it's been a bloodbath as we expected. So objective-wise, I now control all 3 of them. I've got the option to move them 5 inches at the end of this turn, but I don't really need to. I don't think. I might pop that one into the forest just for the sake of having it. 15 victory points to me this turn, and
None to me this turn.
None to you this turn. So that's totals are 20
for
to
you
me.
and 10 for me from
10
last
for
time.
you, yeah. Obviously, both of Gordon's formations are broken. Mine are just, my World Eaters are just hanging on by a thread, so I'm at 21 deaths out of 23 needed. Iron Warrior's pretty strong staying, only just the 1 Kratos is gone there. Gordon the Raven Wing is fairly decimated.
Raven Guard.
Raven Guard, yes, well done, I'm corrected. Yeah, so they're pretty decimated for the Raven Guard. So...
And one last bit of bookkeeping, just some shields to roll back for. I get 2
back. Cool. Okay, okay. Let's see what we can do in turn 3. It might be a very quick one. Okay, so you've charged your contenders back into the forest, looking for revenge here. I'm going to overwatch them on the way in. So we've 4 guys that can shoot as they come in. They would be a -1 for being inside the forest and shooting, but they're going to be -1 anyway for the overwatch. So it'll be 6s all around, and they'll be in assault range. So what's the dice? 4 8s, 2 hits. 4s.
Okay, 2 saves a 4+. That sums up the day in a nutshell.
No. Okay, so the end of turn 3 movement. I've advanced these guys into this building. I've charged into Gordon's command squad and the Marines and chased down this predator with my rhinos. As we saw, the Contemptors tried to make a move into the forest and were gunned down by these guys, so they can actually take that away. Your Sicarans came off the hill and is going to try and get some shots into my Titan, I think, but he's been jumped by the Terminators. Titan stayed on first fire, as did the Havocs back here, and my Terminators have charged into the building here, or charged against the building here to try and clean out these missile launcher guys, and that's where we are at the end of movement. Okay, so I've charged my Terminators into attack Gordon's fortification here, and you've opted to overwatch me, so you've got 3 tactical stands, so that'll be 6 dice when they get into assault range, and you've got 4 missile launchers as well, and they'll all be hitting on 6s.
Yeah, loads of dice, but 6s, and we know how my dice are going today.
Oh, not bad. A couple at least.
2.
Okay, and I'll just do it here. One indeed. Right, turn to first fire, and I will use my missile launcher troops to try and strip those shields back off of the revert. So hitting on 4s. Just a 1. So Gordon's you're opting to hold fire until advanced phase with
Yeah, I mean, I don't really feel I've got a choice. If I want to try and take out your Titan, one of my vehicles has to shoot him before this fires, because you can opt my Titan killer weapon to act first.
Yes.
Which I think's
we're not a fan of that rule at all. I mean, you could still potentially take him down because your weapons do decent
I have
damage.
5 dice, so it's unlikely. But I want to try and strip the shields first so that the volcano cannon, if it hits, can actually do something. But I'm not convinced it will. But yeah, that's the gamble I'm taking. But given that this is pretty much all that's left for me, it doesn't feel much of a gamble.
Fair enough. Right, well, we'll see if he gets a chance. So my Titan's going to fire its 2 turbo laser destructors into your Titan, and I'll be looking for 4s, and I'll get 2, so that's last shield and then 1 through, so it's a -3.
No.
And it's through, so another wind. How many winds have we got left? 1.
1, yeah. On the brink.
Right, into combat phase, and my assault marines charged Gordon's command squad here. So the first guys will be, I'll have a +2 over you, because of the charging in and their close assault factor. And I get to reroll as well. First attacker at the bottom here, and I will reroll that. Standoff then? Yeah. Yep, standoff, and then I get a secondary attacker against them. Just to, that's like given. Yeah.
Academic.
Okay, so that's the first one down, and then the second guy is...
Yep, you win that one.
Okay. The commander, so we're even odds in terms of CAF, but we have 2 guys on them. Rerolls and such, so I will reroll my 1. Can't do worse than that.
Standard.
Just do the same, well, big one. Oh,
Yeah, you win.
got it. Nice, okay.
Right, 2.
Terminators have got +3 overall on your Sicaran here.
Yeah.
And I'll get the reroll shenanigans as well. I've got you anyway.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Sicaran did the last combat of this phase, so my 3 Terminators have charged your 7 Marines inside a building, which is maybe a bit gallus of them. We'll see how that goes. So I get a +4 CAF, +1 for charging, you're +2 with your basic Marines, and +2 for being in the building, so I've got a +1 to you overall.
Yep.
But you do have secondary attackers coming up potentially as well, so... Right, first one to me.
Yep.
And then do you want to do a secondary attacker on him?
Yep, secondary.
And I will...
11.
11. I don't know if I can beat him, I can reroll him. 9 plus, what did I say, it was +1.
Aye,
So that's still not enough. Single combat.
It's 8, so yeah, you win that one.
We'll do another secondary combat for him. 10, I think I've got you there.
You didn't specify, but
Yeah, so the last one's got 3
last
guys on
one's
them.
three,
I'm going to reroll that.
yeah, 6 to beat.
Oh, jeez. Worse.
Yeah, good.
Okay, cool.
So-
I can choose to withdraw. So the Terminators have got the implacable rule, which means they can choose to withdraw from combat if they want to. I'm just going to keep them there. I'm happy with them being engaged up there. Okay, advanced fire phase. So because I've got the initiative, I'll go first. And it's a bit of a last-ditch attempt here at killing this Reaver for me. So I'm going to use the 2 missile launchers and their crack missiles. Hitting on 4s. 2 hits, and it's a -1, so you'll get 3 up save.
Ooh, hangs on.
Excellent.
Nice. I want to fire the Predator at your Titan. This is before he gets shot from behind here.
Yep.
So 2 dice, 4 mores. One of them's accurate, which will be the green dice.
Okay. Oh, nasty.
Oh well, that ends.
It's all hope, but
Yeah.
just for while we're rolling, I'll do my 2 melter shots into the back of the Predator there. 1 hit, and it'll be a -4 because he's in the rear arc, and it's a minus thing, so I think he's just melted.
Right, cool. Alright, it's kind of moot now, but that's really taken all any hope that was left in the game out. But anyway, go with the Vulcan Mega Bolter at the
Yep.
Terminators.
6 explode as well, don't they?
Yeah.
So we get
So that's 5 hits.
5 hits, well, 5 hits, 5
Minus
saves.
1.
Oh no, so they're all dead. Well done.
Now I'll wait to do something like that.
Well done, and that's me broken as well.
And for the showdown, which I think is fairly impossible. I don't know. Maybe there's still a chance. I don't know. But
I
anyway,
think so.
let's go for it. The Gatling Blaster and the Volcano Cannon. Gatling Blasters 4 pluses and 2 plus 4.
Okay,
so
4 hits.
So obviously you're going to take the Volcano Cannon.
Yep.
Take that first.
Shield away.
Second shield and then 2
2 hits.
hits. So and it's at -2. The Gatling Blaster.
4 ups. Oh,
Oh!
1 wound.
I wanted one more. What is it? How many did they get? Is it 3?
I think they're on 4 wounds.
Oh,
so
well.
yeah, I think it was fairly. You'd have to hit with everything, and I'd have to whiff with everything, I think.
Yeah. Oh well.
Okay. Yep. That's us pretty much, isn't it?
Oh, you can fire your guys in the building.
Yeah, I can. I stupidly left those Terminators engaged with them though, so I can't be firing into that combat, I don't think.
Oh, that's a shame.
That's stupid. I should have withdrawn now. But I don't think it's too much of a problem. Yeah, it's probably going to screw me for my secondary objective actually. Oh well, right. We shall total it all up and see where we are. Okay, so I think we're going to call it a day there. one turn short maybe. Yeah, we just worked out that Gordon's got his Titan left and 4 Stanza Marines.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of, the writing was on the wall quite obviously at the end of turn 2. I mean, that was absolutely shocking some of events in that woods, which really put it beyond me. So I was already close to conceding at the previous one, but I thought, well, maybe we'll get a Titan to blow, but we would just be eking it out. You know at home, this is over, and we all know it. So let's just call it a day. Just unfortunate, it was just one of those days where you saw the dice rolls yourself, how they went. Kind of disappointing because, you know, the last 2 battles have been pretty close and they've been exciting all the way through, but yeah, once that happened, it just was totally over at that stage, which was a shame.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I didn't intentionally bring a lot of infantry spam this game. It's just what I've got for this faction. But I think it does show you how powerful infantry can be. I think in this game, especially when it comes to grabbing objectives and the higher tactical strength. And with the rerolls of the World Eaters, that's really devastating. You're pretty much guaranteed to win most close combats, I think. So yeah, I can see why they're considered a powerful faction.
Yeah, the reroll thing is massive, absolutely.
Yeah, we're just saying it's probably actually maybe at this sort of points value, it's maybe even a lot stronger than the Raven Guard's seemingly broken infiltrate, because I don't think that really benefited you much in this game.
Not really, no.
Yeah.
No.
So, yeah, it was interesting.
It was well played, but yeah, I don't want it to sound like sour grapes, because it definitely wasn't. But that roll, I think it must have been about 15 dice or something. Nothing. It was just astonishing.
Yeah, we've all been there.
I know.
So, yeah, we wouldn't. I don't know if we need to total up the points or secondary objectives. I think it's fairly conclusive. But
yeah, you'd taken another 15 points, so you were 35-10. But there is no prospect of me being able to capture objectives again.
No, and I've got for the secondary objectives. I've got the table quarters. You've got victory. You will have got victory points for breaking one of my formations. So that's the final casualties on my side. So yeah, the World Eaters are pretty much eaten, but the Iron Warriors are staying. Yeah, and not a lot of packing up to do on this side. So yeah, it's we could do the maths to see what we've got for secondaries, but let's not put ourselves through the torture.
Shall we talk about what we're going to do next?
Yes. So this is our third game of Legions Imperialis vanilla, out the box, more or less, with what's available at the moment. I've pre-ordered the Great Slaughter expansion, which obviously adds a few more units into it, which might make things interesting. But I don't really plan on adding much more to my collection at the moment, just because we're not massively fond of a lot of the unit rules, the special rules. We feel like kind of bogs down the game a little bit. The units that are coming out in the future, like the Land Raiders and the Land Speeders, which I was pretty looking forward to, they're not really appealing to me, certainly. I might pick something up for modelling purposes and just for adding to the collection later on down the line. And we can also revisit this at some point, if we fancy a game of full-blown Legions Imperialis, or if there's a lot of call for it later on down the line. But our plan in the interim is to pick up where we left off with Net Epic, but we're going to use the Legion Imperialis core rules for the most part in place of the Net Epic core rules, because we do feel that they've made a massive amount of improvements in terms of just a lot of the stuff that we used to argue, or the stuff we used to disagree on with when it came to Net Epic. I think has been more or less solved. Like, I used to have a big problem with how powerful forests were in Net Epic. It really made it quite difficult to dig troops out of forests. Buildings were another one that were just a bit messy, whereas we like the garrison rules. I
quite like as well that the Titan damage is kind of more abstract.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's got a lot of nostalgia for the templates, but they are a pain. And they do make it very easy to miss the biggest target on the field.
The thing that was worse about it for me was that the Warhounds, which were the smallest Titan, disproportionately benefited. Whereas if you bought a larger Titan, then it was the case that was more likely to get hit. So what was actually happening in the Epic for us was that we were just buying the Warhounds or the Reavers at a push. So that's one thing we're going to have to look at for house rules. It'll be the damage, but maybe it'll just be more or less 1 point for every 100 points spent in a Titan damage.
Yeah.
We'll keep the same void shield numbers and so on.
But we'll do a bit of play testing with that and see how we feel about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's going to be good because it means we'll get our own collections back on the table for Epic, which we've got a lot more units for. I mean, there's also the option, of course, we could play Legion Imperialis with our Net Epic collections, because we've obviously got a lot of units there, but again, just the stats for the units in LI just don't really gel with us, I don't think. Kind of slows the game down a bit. So,
being fair, we're a little long in the tooth to start learning stat lines, and it's, I think for me personally, I don't know how you feel, Craig, but most of the stat lines for vehicles and Epic are it's one attack that they're making, rather than having a look at what weapon have I got there, what weapon I got there.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit simpler in Net Epic for sure.
Yes. And we know those inside out. That's the thing, whereas we don't know these off the top of our heads.
So they're taking longer, these games, for us.
And it means as well that there'll be much more variety in the types of forces that'll be fighting every time, because obviously we're more or less limited to 2 factions here. And so now we can get orcs, and now we can get chaos, and
proper chaos, not just nasty marines. So yeah, it's good. It's good to get, because we've both got collections that we like to field with Net Epic as well. So
I think the other advantage, apart from having orcs, eldar, squats, all these things at our disposal. Is it the scale does make a difference? I think it's surprising actually how much of a difference it makes.
Yeah.
So it means that in future games, even though we're still playing the Legions Imperialis kind of basic rule set behind the scenes, and we're using the net epic stats, it means that we can have much larger scale battles and be able to record them in a kind of similar time as what this has been taking.
Yeah, and we're kind of hoping that the Legion Imperialis core rules will speed up the games of net epic because of the abstraction when it comes to shooting and not being able to split fire, that kind of thing. I think that's a real decent improvement.
Yeah, definitely.
And it'll make the games go a bit faster for net epic, because we're kind of struggling to maybe get a 4,000 point in net epic in a day. And I think we'll be able to do that no problem now, so it means we've got even more stuff on the table, which is always good.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm quite excited about that. I'm looking forward to that and seeing how it goes. I think it will improve things for what we've been doing with net epic for a long time. And if you've been enjoying the report so far, please consider liking, commenting, and most of all subscribing. And until next time when we do something new, keep on living the life or die.